The entire house trembled violently, and Kevin's ears were filled with a deafening roar. Was this the result of an earthquake, or could it be an attack on his home by an unimaginably powerful force? Standing up on shaking legs, Kevin quickly looked out his window. What was on his front lawn deserved to be in a science fiction movie, not a small town. Kevin's eyes widened in fear as he realized this could only mean one thing. With a deep breath, Kevin ventured into the perilous unknown, unaware that he would spend 3 full days exploring the enigmatic forest before stumbling upon something truly fascinating. After enduring 3 chilly nights of camping, discovering this mysterious item felt like an unreal dream. On the 4th day of being in the forest, Kevin came across a clearing with several mysterious items. He walked into the clearing and couldn't believe what he saw. His first instinct was to be very careful. These mysterious items obviously didn't belong here, and Kevin didn't know if they were weapons or something even more sinister. Bending down, Kevin carefully inspected the scattered pieces scattered all over the forest floor. They clearly seemed out of place, and he suspected they were the cause of the loud noise from days earlier. As he pressed on towards the clearing, a new remarkable finding brought him to a halt. There before his eyes lay a massive metal object that left him incredulous. Despite his years of living in Alaska, accustomed to encountering wild animals and dangerous creatures, this was an entirely different spectacle. It looked like Kevin had found part of a rocket. He didn't know if he should get closer, but then saw a hole to get inside the ship. It was now or never, and Kevin knew he had to keep pushing forward to answer all his questions. Kevin didn't know anything about rockets, and he also wasn't sure if anything was at risk of exploding. He walked gingerly around the parts scattered across the forest until he came face to face with the body of the ship. It was time to make a big decision. Kevin could see a way inside the rocket, but he didn't know how secure the materials were. Was he willing to risk it all just to have a peek at the unknown? This big explosion would get a lot of attention soon. Kevin knew he might only have a few hours until other people arrived searching for this mysterious rocket ship he had located. If he wanted to explore, it was going to be now. Slowly he approached the metal ship and put one hand on the smooth shell. It was clearly an older model, but what else would the inside of the ship reveal? Kevin scanned the outside of the rocket ship to look for any clues on why it was here. He thought if he could find markings or at least a flag, he would know more about what he had discovered. As Kevin scanned the exterior of the rocket, his attention was drawn to something else that piqued his curiosity. Partially concealed by the trees, he felt an increasing thrill as he approached, eager for the grand revelation. Venturing into the small opening, Kevin found himself inside a tunnel within the rocket. Crawling forward, he couldn't tell whether he was heading towards safety or peril, adding an element of uncertainty to his exploration. He slowly crawled on his stomach and began to see an opening up ahead. It was now or never, and Kevin was sweating with nerves and the sheer weight of this obstacle. Finally, he saw something that made the whole thing worthwhile. Kevin had crawled through the rocket and found the control station. It wasn't big enough for a person to sit comfortably, and Kevin relaxed, realizing there wouldn't be anyone to discover in the wreckage. Kevin had never been inside a rocket and was shocked at how much had survived the crash landing. He continued to shimmy forward and wanted to explore even more until things took a dangerous turn. As Kevin continued to explore, he found an American flag. He was relieved to know the rocket was from the States and felt less in danger of anything exploding or catching him off guard. The rocket was not big enough to fit passengers, and Kevin couldn't understand why this mysterious ship had fallen out of the sky. He was getting more intrigued by the second, and then discovered one item that would answer all his questions. Kevin saw a plate that looked like it was a model number. He knew he would need any identification for anyone to believe that he had found this amazing discovery. Since the rocket was from the States, who would be searching for this lost property? Decisively, Kevin secured the identification in his pocket. Time was of the essence, and he needed to reach a computer as soon as possible to inform someone about his remarkable discovery. But would anyone believe that something like this had landed in his very own backyard? Through further investigation, Kevin learned that the rocket served as a satellite transporter into space. Typically, these rockets were designed to land in the ocean after completing their missions. The fact that this one had landed so close to his house was an extraordinarily rare occurrence. The rockets had automatic routes in place, and it would have been extremely dangerous if it had crashed anywhere else. Kevin picked up the phone and knew exactly who he had to tell. Kevin had friends in the armed forces and let them know exactly what had happened. They couldn't believe his story and said someone would be in touch very soon. He received a phone call a couple of days later from a head engineer of NASA. Impressed by his dedication, they decided to reward Kevin with a cash prize for promptly reporting his discovery. Grateful for the recognition, Kevin cherished the model plate he had kept from the rocket. However, the true reward lay in the extraordinary opportunity to have been connected to an object from outer space,